I can do this. Don't see yourself as a piece of shit. No, see yourself as a work of art. We are all unique, we're all different, we all have our strengths. I've not always been confident. Get up, step up, and do it. Is it that you get good at it or you become very bad and miserable at it? Comparison is what is a stealer of joy. Like, no, let me take it back. Comparison robs you of your joy. Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. This is Dami Inspire YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. On this channel we'll talk about lifestyle, we'll talk about personal development, we'll talk about faith as well. Welcome ladies and gentlemen. So today I'll be talking about something very dear to me. Like it's a very nice topic that we get a lot of questions about. How do you want to build your confidence, how to build your confidence, how to build your self-esteem. And the reason why I feel like I can talk about this is because a lot of people see me and think I'm a very, very confident person. And so that's why I just thought, let me just sit down and have a chat with you guys, and so that you can know. So maybe I think because of the nature of my job, I'm in sales, right? I'm in business development executive. And so because of the nature of my job, I get to interact with people, I get to go out, I get to have meetings. And of course, I cannot go to these meetings and interacting with people and not sounding very confident and sure of myself. So the person I'll be talking to will obviously not want to have any business transaction with me if they don't see that kind of confidence in me. So basically, I've gotten used to it, and then I'm able to do it perfectly well. And then people just think that, oh, Dami, you're super confident, you're super bold, how do you do it, and you have this high self-esteem. And I'm like, excuse me, it has not always been like this. It has not always been like this. Seriously guys, I just felt like, let me just sit down and tell you guys, like, maybe some of the tips that worked for me, and just see how it works, like how we can basically just grow and improve on ourselves. Because I have not always been the most confident person. I've not always been confident in myself or in generally, but I've been able to, like, even sitting down here doing content, pushing my videos out there. A lot of people could criticize it, I don't care. A lot of people could say, what's she doing, I don't care. A lot of people can just, I just feel like, oh, it takes a lot of courage and boldness to come out there, put yourself out there. But I've not always been this way. So I just thought, let's talk about it today. Let's talk about building yourself esteem and building your confidence. Okay, so for me, basically, confidence is more about you being willing to try something, you being willing to put yourself out there. So like, I don't really go about all the book dictionaries or, oh, the confidence is this and that, but personally, I'm just talking about like me personally. So it's more like an interaction. So me personally is that how I built my confidence level is that I was always willing to try. Like, so I'm not even usually like the best at anything. Like, I might not be the best at anything literally, but I'm always willing to step up and say I can do this. I'm always willing to try. So even when I was growing up as a child, I was very shy and timid. Even if you are close to me now, you would also know that I have this shyness in me. Like, sometimes I'm very shy, sometimes I'm very bold. I just have that mixture of like that. So even when we have visitors, we have guests come to the house, and then people come into, I don't like when there's so many crowd, I'll just go and hide myself. And yes, I was a crybaby, but I'm also the kind of girl that when there's a party, then as a kid, people knew me because people knew my mom and knew my parents because of me, because I was this very, aside from the fact I was very beautiful as a child, I was very beautiful, had this lovely beautiful skin. You could think I was a mixed breed. Anyways, that's by the way. So when I was a child, and most of all these parties I grew up in the barracks, so party in the barracks, children's party, children's birthday party, I would go, and when I go there, I would come out and dance. Like, they're having competitions, I will come out and dance. They're having that dancing around the table when the music stopped. I love that game so much. I'll come out and I would dance, sometimes even because I was always watching Indian movies. I would dance chori chori, put my hand on my head and be dancing. I was so confident, and people would be like, where's your mom? How do you tell? Everyone was like, where's your mom? Where's your dad? And all those stuff like that. But I'm the same person that when that attention now comes, when everybody's asking and trying to get to know me, I try to now withdraw, and then before I start crying. And then obviously, so I have this shyness, and I was also very bold. So how did I come out of it? Because it's not every time I usually like feel my best. So one thing I know worked for me was that regardless of the situation, regardless of the gathering where I find myself, either it's a training, is amongst colleagues, even being a news, if I'm a new staff in an organization, if they call for anything, I'm willing to try. I'm willing to say I can do this. So basically, I step up. That's the thing. Number one, step up. Like when there is a call for something, step up. When you are trying to do something and you're not so sure, take action. So confidence comes from taking action. Confidence comes from doing something. So when you do something, you right there, right at that moment, you begin to build your confidence. It can only go two ways. It's either you get good at it, or you become very bad and miserable at it and you be like, okay, this is not my calling, this is not my thing. But if you do not try, you wouldn't know. So best thing that you can do is to get up, step up, and do it. Do something. Like take an action. If you do not take an action, you cannot build your confidence level. And nobody was really like literally born with 100% confidence. Like, so we had to like grow, motivate ourselves, and then also build on it, build on our strengths. So one thing that always worked for me was the fact that I would step up and I will show up and I'm going to try. Then I take, so it's more like I'm taking an action. And I realized that the more I took actions, the more I became better at whatever I was doing. So like even with presentations, if I had never gotten up to say, oh, I can present this to people, I would never have tried it, and I would never have seen that, oh, I kind of enjoy doing this. So the more you step up, the more you show up, your confidence level will begin to grow, and then you realize that the more you do these things, you will gain mastery over that thing. And then boom, anytime, any day, whether you're ready or you're not ready, whether you're prepared or not prepared, when they call you up for a pitch or they call you up for something, you will just be the best at it because you have gained mastery. And how did you gain mastery? Because you tried. You've been trying consistently and you got better at it. So number one key, keep trying, show up, like be there, take action, and that's how your confidence level is going to build up. So number two for me mainly is that I try not to compare myself with any other person. So if you want to build your confidence level and you want to build your self-esteem, do not find yourself ever comparing yourself with anybody. Comparison is what is a stealer of joy. Like, no, let me take it back. Comparison robs you of your joy. Comparison robs you of your true authenticity, right? Comparison robs you of your true identity. So you begin to compare yourself with other person. Like, seriously, who are you? Like, we are all unique, we're all different, we all have our strengths. So by the time you find yourself comparing yourself with other person, it actually reduces your confidence level. Now you begin to think that you're not as good as that person, or you think that person has a form of ability or a leverage over you. That person is doing way better than you, right? So you realize that the more you compare yourself with other people, the more your self-esteem reduces, the more you are not confident enough to come out, confident enough to step up, confident enough to speak up. So like even in the place of work, amongst colleagues, you can find yourself comparing yourself to someone. You can think, oh, this person is way better than me. But what you need to do is that you need to realize that there's something that you have that person doesn't have. You just need to sit down and think about it. Like, of course, I've been in situations whereby I've been, I found myself like a little bit jealous of somebody, like a colleague of mine, just thinking that, oh, this girl has lots of potential. This girl is good. This girl is flying high. This girl is doing amazingly well. And then I just catch myself talking back to myself immediately that, oh no, she has her own strength, I have my own strength, because there are some things I can do that obviously she cannot do. Like, this is not even you bragging, but if you look deep down and look at yourself, search yourself, you would know that you have your own strength that is unique to you, that person doesn't have. So also, rather than you jealousing or being jealous or comparing yourself with that person, why don't you focus on your own strength, focus on building your own strength, and as in working on your strength, right? And then also, if you find yourself that you can learn from that person, and then you can get close to the person and learn from the person, genuinely learn from the person, and also you can of course collaborate with the person, right? So rather than you compare yourself and then thinking that the person is way better than you, and you're still, and that because you are comparing yourself is going to keep you stuck, so you'll feel reluctant to take an action. So when there's even room for you to take up a task, or for you to show up or do something, you would be like, oh no, I don't want to do it, because people would think that, oh, I can't do it as much as this person does it, or people would think that I can't do it, this person does it better than me. So rather than them comparing me or making me feel somehow, let me just stay on my own, let me not do anything, let me just stay on my lane. So you see that you are shortchanging yourself. All fingers are not equal, so we are all unique. We have our unique strengths, we have our unique abilities. So I can tell you, even if there is a presentation, even if somebody worked on a presentation and told 2 people to do it, to present it, and obviously it's the same thing, the same wordings and everything, but they said 2 different people should present it, I can assure you, even though you're supposed to say everything that is written, candidate A is not going to explain it the way candidate B is going to explain it. We are just unique like that. And you realize that there are people that will draw to candidate A, draw to candidate A explanation and everything, and there are some people that will draw to candidate B. It works all the time. So it's not like you're going to be like, oh, I want to do exactly the way you did it. So even between a teacher and a learner, or like someone is your tutor, or like someone took you in, even between a business owner or whatever, an apprentice, no matter how you teach them, when it's time for them to do it, they will put their own personal touch. They don't have to do it exactly the way you did it. And so that shows you what our uniqueness as human beings, right? So that means that rather than comparing yourself to anybody, look at your own strength, look at your own ability, and then improve on them, basically. So that's what I do. I try not to compare myself. When I catch myself compare myself with someone else, I immediately begin to talk about my strengths and how I am unique from that person, and that gives me the edge, gives me the boldness to also step up again. So another important point is that you need to surround yourself with good people, surround yourself with positive people. So I can understand, like I've seen a lot of people go through a lot emotionally, and I've seen a lot of people go through a lot, and the reason why they don't believe in themselves is because they've never had people around them that told them that they were good enough. They never had people around them that encourage them. As in, some people, they've never had people at any point in their lives like speak good things to them, tell them they can do it. They've never had people to cheer them on. They've never had people to help them. They've never had people that showed them love. So you can imagine if someone grew up in a very toxic home, in an environment or with family and friends that it was a lot of competition and it was a lot of insults, and it was just like chaotic, or maybe there's always comparison in the home. Your parents are saying this person is better than you, that person is better than you all the time. I understand how that can affect your confidence level, and I know it can even affect your self-esteem, like to a large extent of your life. Even you find grown-ups, like elderly people, that they still have this small, they still feel small. They still feel small even when they have grown, they've achieved a lot, but all those their childhood traumas and all those negative words that have been said concerning them, it still kind of affects them, even the way they behave till now. So it's understandable that sometimes you just really don't think that you're good enough, because all your years you had people telling you you don't have sense, you are not good, you are not smart, you are dumb. So things like that will definitely affect someone. So you are not responsible for the home if you are in that kind of situation. I'm so sorry about that, but you really cannot hold yourself accountable for the home that you came from, right? So you just really need to find a way to move past that. And so it's not easy, and but one thing I would tell you is that even now that you are out, you now have to be intentional about people around you. You now have to be very intentional about surrounding yourself with good people, surrounding yourself with people that are positive, people that will tell you good things. Like for me, there are sometimes, most times, why some people say, oh Dami, you're always quiet and you code things, you don't talk, you code things. Most times I try to protect myself, I try to protect my thoughts, I try to protect my sanity. So it's not everybody that can tell some things, because you realize that there are some people that have such influence on you that if they tell you any negative word, it will affect you deeply. It will affect you deeply. You think about it for months, for years. You feel so bad, you feel terrible, you would cry. It will affect your self-esteem. So that's how some people are. And if you look into your life, you know that you have some people that have such hold over you. And so you need to always ensure that the people that have such hold over you are people that are very positive, people that will always tell you good things, people that will encourage you and cheer you on. So I'm not saying that even when you're doing something bad, they should not correct you, but of course, you know, when someone is correcting you with love, not that after someone finishes speaking to you, you just feel like going to hang yourself. Those kind of people, stay away from them. Stay away from them. So when you want to take some actions, you want to do some projects, you want to do big things in your life, you know, sometimes you feel like, okay, let me talk to someone, I need encouragement here and there. But there are sometimes that you might just need to just go ahead and do these things, because you know, you should know among yourself that you know those people that you can tell something to that they would discourage you. You want to take you on a huge project, you want to launch out on a business and everything like that. Of course, maybe you don't have everything all together, but you just know this is what you want to do, and you already have that confidence that you want to do it. But you realize that sometimes you now go and tell somebody, and that person just weaken your morale, and you realize that sometimes you end up not doing that thing just because one person said it was not going to be a success. One person said you were not good enough. One person said, are you sure you can do this? One person said, you that you don't have the capacity, you that you don't have the money, you that you don't have the resources, how are you going to do this? And then you just allow your dreams to die. So you see, so surround yourself with good people, surround yourself with positive people, surround yourself with people that have sense. Go and look for friends that have sense. Friends that have sense, friends that have the Holy Ghost, the Holy Spirit in them, so that they can always correct you with love, they can cheer you up, they can, you know, just be there for you and speak positive things into your life. Don't stay with people that will tell you negative things all the time. Yeah. Another thing that would help you build your self-esteem and your confidence level is that you really need to keep doing things that you are good at. So when you find out that you are good at something, anything in particular, anything at all, and I mean good things, anything in particular, you need to keep doing those things. Keep doing those things. Keep doing those things. The more you keep doing those particular things that you are very good at, the more your confidence level will increase. But one good thing is that it will now increase your self-esteem. So you would know that you are good at something, you are very good at something. That alone can, like, you can walk on the street, you can walk with boldness, you can have strings on your step, because that there is one particular thing, no, like if they wake you up middle of the night, you can do it with your eyes closed. You can do it with your eyes closed. You are very good at it. So keep doing those things. Keep at it. Another thing is that you need to also pay attention to yourself. When I say pay attention to yourself, in the sense that pay attention to your strengths, pay attention also to your weaknesses. So that means that you need to know yourself. You need to know what you are good at and what you are not good at. You need to know when you can confidently and comfortably do something, and when you cannot do it, just say, I cannot do it right now, I'm not interested right now. Why? This makes you self-assured. So self-assured comes from self-knowledge, and so you need to be perceived as a self-assured person, because if you're self-assured, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, so you will not allow anybody to bamboozle you into doing something that you know you can't do, or you don't want to do, or you don't think that you are able to do, or that's not your forte, like that's not something that you find interest in. So it's very important that you are self-assured. You are very self-assured. If you are self-assured, nobody is going to come and tell you what you are not. So by the time somebody is saying something that is contrary to who you are able to quickly tell the person and correct the person, this is not who I am, and this is not what I can do, and this is what I can do. So you are being self-assured, you are very assertive, you know what you can do, what you're capable of doing, and you know what you will do, and you know what you will not do. And so when somebody is trying to force you to do something that is not right, something you don't want to do, something that really is not going to add value, you can gladly say no. And you say no with confidence, not that you are being braggadocious, but you're just like, no. You know who you are, you know what you want, and you know what you can do and what you cannot do. So yeah, it's very important that you are self-assured. It's very important that you pay attention to yourself. You know what you're capable of doing, what you cannot do. You know your strengths, you know your weaknesses. Like literally write a list of all your strengths, things you think that you're good at, things you enjoy doing, and then if you need to write them. So it's going to help you. By the time you write these things, you are able to see a picture and paint a picture of it about yourself, and then you can begin to work and build yourself on those things that you are very good at, and you can begin to improve on them. You try them, you keep doing it, and then you just keep improving on those things. So literally these are like the things that really helped me, like, to build my confidence level, my self-esteem. I was never the confident person. I've not always been the most confident person. And don't take, when we're talking about confidence, we're not talking about you being loud. No, most times the loudest people are not the most confident people. Most times the quiet people are quite confident, but they would want to just sit down there. They don't want attention, they don't want anything till someone calls them, like in the classroom, like till the teacher now calls you that you're quiet sitting down. What is the answer to 2 + 2? And he gets up and he says 4. But some people are like very loud in the class, you know, like how they used to say the loudest voices. I don't want to say anything, but you know, they're just loud, but there is really nothing in there. So basically it's not just about you making noise, it's not about you being loud, it's about you being self-assured, it's about you being bold and confident in your strengths, confident in your skills, and it's about you improving yourself day to day, right? So basically I think these are just like more or less the tips and the tricks that have helped me in building my confidence level and also my self-esteem. So yeah, so basically I think I really have shared like most of the things. And there's one other thing that is very important to me, super important to me, and I don't joke with, is my confessions. So what I say to myself, I am very kind to myself, even though there are sometimes I'm like, you did something very foolish, you did something very stupid, but majority of the time I'm kind to myself. The fact that I did something very foolish does not mean I'm a foolish person. I did something very silly today does not mean I'm a very silly person. So yes, I might make mistakes, but those mistakes don't define who I am. So basically that should be your mindset. You need to change your mindset. You need to see yourself in a good light. You need to be kind to yourself. Be very kind to yourself. Don't see yourself as a piece of shit. No, see yourself as a work of art. Really, you're a work of art. See yourself as a work of art. You're not a piece of shit. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself so much. Love yourself so much. Even when you mess up, forgive yourself. When you mess up, forgive yourself. Like, yeah, you messed up big time, but girl, forgive yourself and move on, because honestly speaking, God has forgiven you. The sins that you've done today, the one you did yesterday, the one you're about to do, the one that all the mistakes, all the wrongdoings that you have done today, all the wrongdoings you've done today, all the wrongdoings you did yesterday, the wrongdoings that you're still going to do next year, God already knows. He's like literally, he's in the beginning, he's in the middle, and he's also in the end of your life. So he has seen everything. He knows you, he knows what your strengths are, he knows what you're capable of doing, but he still chose to love you. and give you his son to die for your sins. Like, you are worthy, you are worth it. Trust me, you are worth it, you are worthy. So is it worthy or worthy? Worthy, English people, is it worthy? You shall know what I'm saying. You are worth it. Let me say that, you are worth it. So yeah, so see yourself as you are worth the price. Like Avi says, what's Avi, that girl's name? Avi, the girl that is jumping from one man to the other. Like she said, whoever, I can't remember her name, you are the price. Just remember, you are the prize.
Just remember that you're the prize always.
Say that one more time.
Just remember that you are the prize.
Okay, lovely. So I think that I'm done for today. And with this very few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that you are worthy, that you can build your confidence level, and you can build your self-esteem. Please do not give a shit about what people think about you. Just keep doing you and keep believing in yourself. Bye. One more thing, please do not forget to subscribe. Click on the subscribe button, subscribe. Please share this video, please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and also please put your comments in the comment section, please. And most importantly, please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is the letter D then Dami Inspire together. I had to open a new Instagram account. I think it's been a while now. For some months now, I had to open a new Instagram account. It just kind of looks like I've lost a lot of people, a lot of followers, but I don't know. But now I'll build it back. Yes. So my old account was somehow hacked. This was like early this year, and so I had to open a new account. So yeah, I know a lot of people don't follow me on Instagram. Please follow me on Instagram. Letter D. I'll put it on the screen. Letter D. Dami Inspire. I'm on TikTok too. D. Dami Inspire. I'm not really active on Twitter, I'm so sorry, but yeah, please follow me, subscribe, like my videos, and share my videos as well. Thank you, lovely. See you next time. Bye.